Well, here we are, Rita, Scranton, Pennsylvania, where it all began.
And this is the childhood home of Joe Biden.
That's right, a young man who would go on to pursue a career of politics, become vice president of the United States, and wind up somehow on a public servant salary with a multi-million-dollar property portfolio.
But before that, he was a lifeguard at a pool where he would allow young children to touch his hair legs.
And to get hot, I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
But he also picked up, Rita, a lot of foreign policy acumen. I mean, the negotiation skills he learned just by dealing with legends like Corn Pop, that's not the sort of thing you can learn in a textbook.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys. And I did. And back in those days, to show how things have changed, one of the things you had to use, if you used pomade in your hair, you had to wear a bathing cap. So I walked out with the chain. And I walked up to my car. And those days, you used to remember the straight razor. You'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty, put them in a rain barrel, get them rusty.
Well, that was fun.
Riveting.
That's hilarious. Great stuff. So
it never gets old.
It's
that guy is hot favourite to be the leader of the free world. Oh, my God, what are we dealing with?
But he likes children jumping on his lap and razor blades and rusted barrels.
The fascinating thing, I mean, as you said, that footage never gets old. But the fascinating thing is I've seen it enough times to start looking at the kids in the background now, and they're just completely disinterested. So there's this old bloke ranting and railing, and nobody's paying any attention to him. They're just getting ready. It's the best stuff. So so he claims to, was that at a kind of impoverished neighbourhood? It didn't particularly look it. I thought he came from the log cabin, doesn't he?
No, look, it was a very tidy middle-class street of very pretty homes. There wasn't the flashiest part of Scranton, but it was certainly a very tidy, respectable part of town. I think his father was a professional of some sort. I think he was in the insurance business. So he didn't have an impoverished childhood by any means. He went to the Catholic school and the Catholic church down the road, although recently Joe Biden did claim that he was raised in a Black Baptist church, which then nobody actually from the church remembered him being there, singing "Oh Happy Day." So he was from this middle-class neighborhood there, and it's a very nice, tidy, respectable street. So
yeah, really nice, and by Australian standards, we look at those houses and go, my God, what would that cost in Sydney? Yeah.
I mean, these are houses that would be $4 or $5 million if they were for sale in, Willara or Paddington, but they're a couple of $100,000 here, so go figure.
Fascinating stuff.